Hello. Hello, how are you doing today? We are having a live class about the word take. So we're going to practice collocations. Collocations are words that go together. So like make the bed. We always use the word make with making the bed. We can't change it to a different word like prepare the bed. So that is a collocation. Today we're going to practice collocations with the word take. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. How's everyone's Saturday going? Over here I'm doing pretty well. I have a lot of things going on. The month of May. This weekend is my anniversary, my 3-year wedding anniversary. I tried to look up what, year 1 is paper, year 2 is something else, year 3 is leather. I don't think I'm gonna get anything with leather this weekend, but we'll see. Hello from Chile. Hi, I'm also in Chile. I understand English, but speaking is hard. Yeah, definitely. I think understanding and listening definitely will help you with speaking, especially because you are going to need to use vocabulary all the time when you speak, so it really helps to listen to other people and imitate how they talk, but it's going to require other skills. When you're listening, you don't have to think of the words that you want to say, you don't need to improvise or anything like that, so here in Mexico, it's Mother's Day. Okay, happy Mother's Day to everyone in Mexico. In Chile, is it today or I thought it was tomorrow? I thought that it was on Sunday, but maybe it's different in every country. I don't know. They've been selling things in the supermarket for Mother's Day, so if you are celebrating, happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to my mother. Who was in here, so that's why. Yeah, in Chile it's tomorrow. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm used to Mother's Day being on a Sunday. Hi, Alice Constanza. How are you? Happy Mother's Day tomorrow. One day early. Okay. Yeah, today our topic, unless anyone has some hot gossip for me before we continue, some tea if you want to spill the tea. The topic today is phrases with the word take. So that is going to be our topic today. In the Dominican Republic, Mother's Day is the last Sunday of the month. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. We all decided May is for the mothers, but different countries have slightly different days that they celebrate it. So, do you know any phrases that use the word take? Before I teach you some of mine, I want to know if you all know of any phrases that use the word take. The grammar way to say it is phrases that collocate the word take, where we always use take with this phrase. Like, take a picture. Take collocates a picture. Take a rest. Yeah, exactly. So I'll put here so that everyone joining can see phrases with take. So take a rest. Yeah, since today is Saturday, I'm going to take a rest. Take care. At the end of an email, you can say, take care, or you can say, take care of yourself. You seem like you're not doing well. It does not take that long. Remember, with it, we're going to use does. So it does not take that long. The plane takes off right now, exactly. So When the plane is leaving, we can say the plane takes off. Take your time. Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. Don't rush. Take your time. Take a shower. You should take something into account. Yes. If you can give an example, that would also be great so people can see what you guys are talking about. Because there might be some that some people have seen before that other people have not seen before. You should take something into account, I would say, is like you should consider something. So for example, if someone is always running late and you're meeting with them, you could say, I need to take into account the fact that he's always late and maybe I'll get there late too. Take away, yes. Take a course. Take a break. Yeah. Take your time. Or it takes time, you could say. It takes time, but you can do it. Take it or leave it. Finally, war is canceled. Ooh, is that breaking news? I'm going to take a break for now. Take it easy. I'd like to take care the rest of the day. I would say I'd like to take care the rest of the day, maybe take a rest or take it easy. Take care the rest of the day doesn't make so much sense to me. I guess it depends on what you mean by that. Take that. If I punch you, I can say, take that. Take care of yourself. Take it easy. To take advantage of someone. If something takes it into consideration, take this advice. Take ceasefire. I should take into account to spend no more money. Take a look. Yeah, take a look at this. Take a rest. Take a moment. Yeah, exactly. I can say, take a moment and think of phrases with take, and then you can respond to me after. Take what you need. Yes, exactly. Take it with caution. Ooh, I really like, this is a good one that I think we've talked about before. Take it with a grain of salt. Take on me. Yes. Take your own time. I would just say take your time is perfect. And I understand own. So if you are telling me it's going to take a while, I'll say, that's okay, take your time. Yeah, this shows you how important take is. So many phrases with take. Take it with a grain of salt or a pinch of salt. You could say a grain or a pinch, because a pinch is when you add a pinch of something. If I pinch your arm, this is to pinch. So take it with a grain of salt or a pinch of salt. I'm curious if any of you know this phrase. I'll add a question here. What is something you should take with a pinch or grain of salt? For example, I could say, my friend always lies about, I don't know, his personal life stories and exaggerates the truth. So whenever he tells me something, I try to take it with a pinch of salt, not fully believe what he's saying. To take something with a pinch of salt, can anyone explain? What does this mean? Does anyone know the expression? And hello, if you're joining, we're practicing phrases with the word take. Unfortunately, yeah, I still don't have the flip screen. I would love to use my whiteboard, but that's okay. Hello. Yeah, still in a good mood this morning. Yeah, I was live on TikTok late last night, and That took some of my energy, but I recharged and now I'm back. What is something you should take with a pinch of salt? Yes, do not take it to be 100% true. Cannot be taken as is exactly. So you can believe part of it, but don't think that it's going to be 100% true. Take it knowing that maybe this person is kind of lying or something. So I take their comments with a pinch of salt because they don't really know what is going on. Yes. He always adds something new to the story. Yeah. So if he always adds something new to the story, you should take his story with a pinch of salt. When you're talking with a politician, yeah, maybe don't believe everything they say. You could take it with a pinch of salt. Yes, exactly. No es una fuente confiable. They are not a reliable source. Exactly. When some bad guy speaks to you, you should take it with a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt. That was like, kind of like, exactly. I like this expression because it sounds like a fishy story. So you could even imagine, like, if someone gives you a fishy story, it smells a little bad. And then so you need to take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, another expression that I'm going to add to this with take is to, let me see. Take something out on someone. So I don't know if any of you have heard this expression before. If someone takes something out on you, what does this mean? If I say, don't take it out on me, I didn't do anything. Don't take it out on me. Or, she always takes her problems out on me, for example. To take something out on someone. She always takes her problems out on me. Yes, desquitarse. You take it and you say, this is your problem. Exactly. Take a leg. Yes, exactly. Express your anger and fury to someone else or try to blame them. Yeah, exactly. It's like to blame. Or it could be to blame, but blame is more like you are responsible for this. Take it out on someone. It's not necessary that you say they are responsible. Imagine you're a parent and you had a really difficult day at work. Your boss was terrible to you. Everything went wrong. You get in the car with your son or daughter and they start talking and you're like, stop talking. And you start to express this frustration on your child because you had a really difficult day. You probably don't blame your child for the problem. You know that it wasn't them. But at the same time, you're taking it out on them. Like you're releasing or putting your bad feelings of what happened earlier on this other person that didn't really cause the problem. Remember, so don't take something out on someone. It needs to have the two prepositions. Take out on someone. Yeah. Put your burden on others. Yes. Exactly. So like point your anger towards others even when it's not their fault. Yeah. So can anyone think of another example of, wait, please don't take this issue out on me. Just take me out for dinner. I like this play on words. Don't take this issue out on me. Take me out to dinner. My boss always takes out the decline of sales on me. Yeah. You can change the something to any other thing. So she took her difficult day out on me. Or he took his parents, he took the argument he had with his parents out on me. So you can change this something for any situation that maybe made the person feel bad or upset. Yes, exactly. Don't take your anger out on me. Don't take your anger out on me. Angry is like I feel anger, Angry is like I am angry. It's the adjective. I am happy, I am sad, I am angry. Anger is the emotion. I feel happiness, I feel sadness, I feel anger. This is a good one to go to next. Sorry if I'm talking fast. I had coffee right before this class and I was taking a break from coffee, and now I'll have one cup, and I feel like I'm sensitive this past week. Hello, Joao. How are you doing today? Don't take your anger out on me, I would say. I'll write that here. It's don't take your anger out on me. Some phrasal verbs require multiple parts. So some phrasal verbs, it's just turn on. You have a verb plus one preposition. There are other phrasal verbs, like to take out on someone, that require two prepositions. So this one you need to say out on. Yeah. You took your anger out on me. Just because you've had a crappy day, you don't have to take it out on me. Yes, although I would say crappy with a Y instead of an IE. But yes, exactly. Just because you've had a crappy day, you don't have to take it out on me. Exactly. Crappy is a good word if you guys want an option for kind of like the S word in English rhymes with hit. I just don't know if there are any children watching this, so being careful. Crappy is a good way to say this. It's like if you are from Chile, you could say pucha, right? It's like a softer curse word. Oh my goodness, your neighborhood ran out of power since yesterday night. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you were able to make the very important live class. Don't take your frustration from your low grade at school out on me. So very good example. Remember to say out on both parts. I didn't do it on purpose, so don't take all that out on me, please. Yes, exactly. You've been salty all day. Take it out, buddy. Venting out is going to help you. Yeah. Yeah, this is a word that I really like, to vent. If you have a lot of frustration and anger and you need to let it go and talk to someone and say, this is all the bad stuff that's happening to me, and I'm so mad at this person, and I'm so mad at this person, and you just need to let it out. We use this word to vent, because a vent is like the fan inside of a building that blows out the air. So you need to vent to someone. You're basically releasing all of this anger by talking about everything in a very emotional way. Okay, back to this, this is like my coffee ADHD class today. So, back to the question at hand. Don't take your disappointment towards life out on strangers. Yes, this is an amazing example. Yes, very good, and also grammatically very good. Ventilar la casa. Exactly. Hello, Marcelo. Every time I speak English, I take for granted to give a good performance. Yes, get it off your chest also. I keep tapping the screen trying to like the... Yeah, I wonder how... I don't know how it works on Instagram. Can you only like it once? That seems kind of crappy. But I appreciate the effort. The frustration that you're taking it out on me is something I can't take with a pinch of salt. Yes! Nice! I like when you guys mix the expressions too. So, to take for granted. We take something for granted. First, let me explain. When something is granted to you, it's like it's given to you like a gift. He was granted a scholarship of $200,000 to go to the university because he's the most, the biggest genius in the world. So when you're granted something, you're given it like it's a gift, like it's your right to have it, like you merit this gift. It's granted to you. So when you take something for granted, imagine that it's used a lot in relationships. So imagine that I have a friend and this friend is always there for me. I am struggling with life, with a relationship, and I'm always crying to this friend, and the friend is always there. I pick up the phone and they say, okay, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to help you. But I never say thank you to this friend. And I treat this friend like obviously they will help me. And I'm not very grateful for them, for their help. I just assume, yeah, obviously, my friend will keep being there for me. And I don't need to worry about being nice to them or trying to return the favor. I could say that I was taking that friend for granted. I was acting like I was not being grateful and acting like, oh, yeah, obviously this person will be there for me. Let me see what you guys were saying. Don't take my love for granted, exactly. The lack of electricity made me treasure my memory more. That's why I value dictionaries. Yeah. Maybe you will not take your internet for granted after losing electricity. Yeah, exactly. More than a gift, it's a right. Exactly. Something that's guaranteed to you. It's important not to take for granted the importance of pronunciation in English. It's like losing sight of your friend's importance and value. Yes, exactly. Yeah, when you think that someone being there for you is a guarantee all the time, you might lose sight of their importance and value. So you take them for granted. After watching a documentary about tribes in Africa, I realized I took tap water for granted. Yes, exactly. It's this typical experience of you don't realize how good you have something until it's gone kind of thing. And that can be with people or also a job. You can say, ooh, I always complained in my old job, but now that I changed jobs, I realized that I really took the flexibility and good salary of my old job for granted because I don't have that anymore. And so I don't know, I can recognize how valuable it was now. Yeah, it's like dar por hecho. Exactly. It's like to take it as a given. It's a given. It's granted to me. Okay, so another one. Let me see. I have a few. Okay, take a toll on someone. We don't take for granted your lives every week, Maggie. Thank you. I appreciate that. We take knowledge and comfort for granted, but shortage of resources teaches us otherwise. Yes, that's a very good expression. You guys should all write that down in your notebook if you're taking notes, which I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are on like the metro or something. I have no idea. So if anyone is able to explain this phrase here, etwas für selbstverständlich nehmen. Okay, wait, let me pronounce this German. Etwas für selbstverständlich nehmen. I'll have to practice selbstverständlich. Maybe if I break it in, this is my thing, like with long English words too, it helps if you break it into parts. So I think I need to do that. Can I trust you? It's not necessary in English to use a preposition with trust. You can just say, can I trust you? To experience the consequences of a previous act. Yeah, the new job is taking a toll on my state of mind. You were understandable. Okay, that's all. That's the objective with speaking a language, just that they understand you, I think. Yeah, that was a big difference for any of you guys if you feel really frustrated with learning English, and maybe some of you have learned multiple languages. For me, it's been a lot easier now learning another language after Spanish, because you get over all of these things, like feeling really terrible if you pronounce a word wrong. You feel less scared to do it after you get through the fear. So I feel like I just don't care as much as I used to with looking bad on a live where maybe people will judge my German pronunciation. And I think that attitude helps a lot. Yeah, so if something takes a toll on you, a toll, in case you don't know, is when you are driving on the highway, and you need to pay to get through a specific part of the highway. You need to pay someone who's, I don't know, there in a stand. Yeah, this is a really bad description. If any, it's the pedaje. That's how you say it in Chile. It's when you go on the highway and you need to pay someone like a couple dollars to get through part of the highway. That is to pay a toll. So in this case, it's kind of, yeah, peaje. In this case, it's kind of like you have some experience. Yesterday, I drew till 1 a.m. on my tablet, and now the lack of sleep is taking a toll on me. Yeah, exactly. Your mistakes sometimes take a toll on your family. It's like you're paying for it. So in the case of you were staying up really late drawing on your tablet, you can feel the effect. And usually it's a negative effect. I don't think you would ever say this in a positive, you would never say it in a positive way. Like, eating junk food every day is taking a toll on my health. Me está pasando cuenta. Ooh, okay. Pasando cuenta, pasar factura. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't ever used this phrase in Spanish, so that's good to know. Yeah, like you're basically paying for it the next day. Something takes a toll on you. Yeah, I didn't know that this existed in Spanish, but it can also help you remember what is a toll. A toll is the amount of money that you pay when you're in your car driving. So, yesterday I drove a long way on the route and multiple tolls took a toll on my pocket. Okay, that's a good way to remember it. We also use take with to take pride in. We use to take pride in or to take interest in something. A fine is like a penalty. So, for example, if you park in a bad place and it's against the law, you might need to pay a ticket or a fine. If you're late paying your electricity bill, in some places they make you pay extra. That would be a fine. It's a penalty because you didn't comply with the rules is a fine. A toll is something that you pay no matter what. So you didn't do something bad. It's just like any person using this part of the highway has to pay the toll. And that's the rule. Could it be related to Pride Month? So Pride Month is when people show pride for being LGBT, so like lesbian, gay, bi, transgender. And so like the people in that month take pride in their identity, in their sexuality. So it could be used in that way, but not only in your sexuality. You can take pride in anything that you are proud of. So, for example, I take pride in my son's degree. I take pride in my ability to turn any minor inconvenience into a full-blown dramatic saga. So toll is not a fine. Exactly. A fine is like a multa, si habla en español, y un toll es un peaje. So they are different. A fine is something paid like a penalty. Disgusting Pride Month? I am going to... I do not agree with saying disgusting about Pride Month, and I will not accept people saying that about other people's identity. So if you guys have some comment like that, please don't write it, or I'll have to remove you from the live. The difference between pride and proud. Proud is similar to when I was talking about angry and anger. Proud is the adjective. So you could say, I feel proud, or I am proud. I'm proud of myself for learning English, for example. And pride is the noun. So he has a lot of pride. So you would say the sentence differently if you say, I am proud, or I have a lot of pride. Same like, I feel or I am sad, or I have a lot of sadness. So it's like a different part of speech, pride and proud. And you could say, I take pride in, or I am proud of. Those two phrases could be used in a similar way. Yeah. Those two could be used in the similar way. All right, I'm gonna do another one. Okay. You should be proud of your achievements. Exactly. Then we have to take something the wrong way. I take pride in my pasta cooking skills. Nice. Take something the wrong way. Or also similar. I'll give you similar ones. Take something personally. So you could take something the wrong way or take something personally. This is like if someone says a comment and you interpret it in a specific way. You take offense, you take something the wrong way, you take it personally. It's a synonym for the word interpret in these situations. You take something the wrong way, you take something personally. Please don't take this wrong. I would say please don't take this the wrong way. You might hear someone say, please don't take this wrong in a casual way. You might hear a native speaker say that, but it wouldn't technically be the proper grammar. So, don't take this the wrong way would be like the most proper grammar. You feel offended while it's not meant about you. Exactly. Well, it could be meant. The thing is, it could be about you, but maybe my intention is not negative. Like, please don't take this the wrong way, but when you talk, it makes me want to go to sleep. And you're like, what? That's kind of rude. And you're like, no, it's just that your voice is so relaxing. Pride is an important part of self-esteem. That's true, yeah. If you have something, well, I imagine just like thinking in a personal way, if you have things that you feel proud of or that you take pride in, it makes you, it's like a positive reward. I was trying to be nice, but the cashier took it the wrong way. Ooh, also, yeah. If you compliment someone or something and someone takes it the wrong way, I've been in those situations where you're like, I'm sorry if you took my last statement the wrong way because it was not sufficient for judgment or comprehension. She took my lack of interest the wrong way. I'm so proud of myself. Instead of I'm so proud of me, I would say I'm so proud of myself. Taking it too seriously. Not taking it too seriously, more like taking it in a negative way, I would say, is taking it the wrong way. So if you tell someone that like, oh, you should don't take this the wrong way, but you should, I don't know. I can't even think of something to say. Don't take this the wrong way, but you look exactly like that pig. And the person's like, what? Excuse me? That's so mean. And you're like, no, it's because the pig has curly hair, just like you. Hurt people always take problems personally. Don't take it the wrong way. My intention is to take you out. The GPS took me the wrong way. Okay, that also makes sense in a different way. I'm using English as the secret language at home, and I take pride in this because my son is learning English, but sometimes he takes this in the wrong way and gets mad because we're talking in secret. Yeah, like he feels left out. Yeah, my examples are so... I feel like my examples are sometimes very unhinged, but it's also like the first thing that comes to mind. So I apologize. I'm like, no, you look like a pig because it has curly hair. That's a little, like, how could you not take that the wrong way? Okay, then there's also to... okay, here's another way that we use take all the time. When you're giving someone directions, it's really common to use the word take. So, for example, like, take this street, take the elevator, take a left. I'll give you an example, just thinking in my case, I told him his breath smelled rancid and he took it the wrong way. Well, Joao, how was he supposed to take it? Have you ever used Spanish as a secret language? Yes, but not in Chile. I've used it like when I'm in the US, talking to my husband on the phone. Sometimes I speak in Spanish. If I don't have like secrets, but sometimes to have like a private conversation, I speak in Spanish if I'm like surrounded by other people. So, for example, to give you directions, I could say, and this happens to me a lot. A lot of people ask me for directions in Chile, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, yeah, sure, I can help you. And then they're like, wait, are you from here? So if you asked me, how can I get to the store from here? I could say, okay, well, take the stairs down out of the building, take a left at the end of the block, take the next street all the way down until you hit the cafe, and when you get there, take the next right that you can, and you'll find yourself at the store. So when you're giving someone directions, take this street, take a left. If you're giving them public transit directions, you need to take the bus or take the train until you get here. We use take a lot in this context where you're giving someone directions. La palabra con te que más escucho en mi trabajo es take a look. Yeah, take a look is very common. It's kind of like, I think that I've said this before about phrasal verbs, but sometimes it feels really direct if you tell someone, look at this, you know, if you're like, look at this, or yeah, it could come across as really direct. I feel like if you say, take a look, it might be more used, especially in that sort of context where you're telling someone else to do something. Direction. Give him directions. I don't think it's D or... Directions. I don't know, now I'm confused. My sense of direction. I would say that it's really common to reduce that word to a schwa. So instead of like direction, people often also say direction. Direction. But I don't think direction. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it depends on where. Personally, I would say direction or direction, but it might depend on where the person's from. I can't really think at the moment. I would have to see some people talking. You can take this street and make a left into the building and take the elevator to the second floor. Yes, exactly. Take your things and go. Yeah, let me take a look. Let me take a look. Yeah, because I guess let me look sounds very unnatural. If you say, let me look, it would sound a lot more natural to say, let me take a look. If you want to say, let me check it or something, let me take a look. How can you pronounce can or can't? They are pronounced similarly, but can, can't. Can't with the T on the end, instead of fully pronouncing the T, we normally stop the N sound. So the T is kind of like a hard stop instead of a real T sound. So it's like can't, can't, can. The N continues. Can, can't, can't. It's shorter at the end. It's like cut off. Can't. I can go. I can go. I can't go. Can't. And that also makes the can, I can go. I can't go. I can go. I can't go. When we use can't, we emphasize the word can't more. When we use can, we emphasize the verb more. I can go. I can't go. I can go. I can't go. And so also the word can that's not negative is like can. It's usually reduced. Can. And the one that's negative, can't, is kind of it has like a little bit more of a nasal flavor to it. But yeah, very similar. The N is shortened in the negative one, and also when you're saying can't, can't is the word that's emphasized, and when it's can, the next verb is the one that's emphasized. I take your advice. Yeah, but it would be, here's the thing. You can say I take your advice, but in the present tense, that is used to mean like a habit or routine or fact. So like, I take your advice every time you give me advice. I always take your advice. But if you want to say that it's something that you're doing in the present, like this time, I would use the progressive tense. I'm taking your advice. Or if it's in the past, I took your advice. With actions like that, remember in English, it's not as common to use the present tense unless you're talking about a routine or something you do on a regular basis. So it's not very common in everyday situation to say, I take your advice. It would be more common to say, I'm taking your advice now, or I took your advice in the past, or I will take your advice. So those would be kind of more common when it's an action verb like that, because if you're using the present tense, that's reserved in English for something that's a habit or routine. It's not like in Spanish, for instance, you use the present tense more for things that you're doing in a temporary way. In English, we don't do that as much. Sometimes, if I need to emphasize the can't, I just say cannot. Yeah, I would say if you aren't sure about it, or if you like really want someone to know that you're saying it, I also do that. Like reduced speech we use in like daily communication, but whenever you want to emphasize something, it is common also to not reduce it. So if I say, yeah, don't go there, or do not go there, girl, do not go there. Or if I say, I can't do that, or I cannot do that. So when we're really emphasizing something, it's okay to not say it in a reduced way. You can see people do that when they want to emphasize it. Get the door, or do you want me to get it for you? Get the door is like open the door for you. Get it for you could be the same, like open the door for you, or if I'm at your house and someone rings the doorbell, I could say, oh, do you want me to get it for you? It's kind of like if there's a favor that you need, like me carrying something for you, me answering your phone for you, me answering the door for you, I can say, oh, can I get it for you? Would be take an English class with Maggie. Thank you. That's the theme of the class today. Okay, what does take on me, like the song, the Aha song? I honestly don't know, because, okay, let me think of the lyrics. Take on me, take me on. It's like, give me a chance, I think. Because take me on is like, give me a chance, like, let me join you is the idea. Take me on, like, because to take something on is to assume it, like, assume a responsibility. She took on more work at her job. It's like, give me a chance, assume me. But I always thought it was like a play on words, that it's take me on is, okay, that makes sense, but take on me, I feel like it might just be a play on words. So that's my theory about that song. If you guys have a different theory, let me know. But I think it's like, give me a chance, but also a play on words. Take me on, take on me, like flipping the words. Because if someone said take on me, it's like he's using it as a separable and inseparable phrasal verb, which doesn't really work for take on, but because if you have here's the thing, yeah, it's not grammatically correct, because if you have a pronoun like that, me, and it's a separable word like take on, it has to go in the middle. So take me on, that's how to say it. You can't say take on me. But because it's a song and it's creative, you can kind of be more creative, right, with the phrasing. On take me. Or you can go full Yoda, maybe, with the... Okay, I'm gonna respond to this one. Take me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Yes, that song, I remember when I was younger, my dad would sing that song, and I thought he wrote that song. and then I was, yeah, well, that was like when I was really small, and then I heard it like obviously playing on the radio or something, and I was like, oh. Okay, synonyms for to take aback. To take aback. If you are taken aback, it's a person is taken aback. A person is taken aback means that they are kind of like surprised, or for example, if you asked me for $100, but I don't really know you, I could say I was kind of taken aback that he asked me for $100 because I don't know him. That would be to be taken aback. It's kind of surprised or off-put, maybe. To be taken aback could be I was off-put by something. That would be a synonym. To be off-put. To be off-put by something. Or to be, yeah, let me think if there's another synonym. It's when something gives you Ohio vibes, yeah. That would be the Gen Alpha translation, if you guys are looking for the Gen Alpha translation. It's kind of like I was stunned, or it's not stunned in the way of like really surprised, but okay, Yeah, this is one, like, I feel it, but it's hard to explain. Because it's, like, surprised, but it's not surprised, like, it's more like, what? It's usually a negative thing to be taken aback. Yeah, let me see if I can find... It's kind of hard for me to explain this one. Let me see. Shock or surprise someone is what it says, but I feel like it's... Yeah, it's like to shock or surprise someone so they don't know how to react. And I think it's usually negative. Like, I was a little taken aback at the directness of the question. The news really took us aback. Yes, exactly. The response to something or someone desubicado. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's like WTF vibes. When something out of left field happens. Yes, exactly. To be caught off guard. Yeah, exactly. It's like to be surprised, but with a specific flavor of uncomfortable. Like surprised and a little uncomfortable. I would say that. You're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's what it would be. I was a little taken aback, and we often use it with a little. I was a little taken aback when you asked me to move in with you after 1 week of dating. I don't know. That wasn't based on a real situation. Or I was a little taken aback when he ate all of the chips that I bought for the party before the party started. I think you would be taken aback, not a little taken aback if someone did that. Yeah. I can't understand when I need to put to at the end of the sentence. Yeah, if you're someone who is not sure when to add to at the end of the sentence, I don't have that much time today to explain this, but I'll give you guys some things to look up. So first, preposition stranding. Preposition stranding. Desconcertado. Yes, okay, I've heard that word before and I wasn't sure how to use it, but that seems like it's, that seems like it could be this exact feeling. Yeah. That should be, I should make a video about that. I need to investigate and find more examples. So when you have the to at the end of, when you put the word to at the end of a phrase, this is a form of preposition stranding. Preposition stranding happens when you say something like, I need someone to talk to. And to goes away from someone and stays next to the verb. He is someone I look up to. It's used in relative clauses when you put the preposition at the end of the phrase. So that's something that you can look up if you guys are curious about why we put prepositions on the end of phrases. I've made a video about this before, but actually I think it was in Spanish, so I should make one in English. But basically in English, it's not very common to say, to whom are you speaking? Like, people do not really use that in real life anymore. Maybe in a very formal email or something, but personally I never use to whom are you speaking. It would be who are you speaking to at the end. And that happens with questions that have a preposition. So like prepositional questions where the verb needs a preposition. what was I made for? Who are you talking to? Who do you live with? You add the preposition to the end of the question. And not only with questions, but also with relative clauses. So, he is the person that I always talk to. We treat the word order a little bit similarly when it's a relative clause. So, who are you speaking or talking to? Exactly. And so preposition stranding, and then also you guys should look up relative clauses. That might be something to do a class about as well. Relative clauses with prepositions. Yeah, I imagine. If you guys are interpreters, it's literally like you're going to have to go say it backwards from what you think. Which sometimes happens to me with, yeah, I feel like a lot of languages, when you learn the word order, it feels the opposite of what it should be. But interestingly, now I'm learning the German word order, and it's not the same as English. It's more strict. It's stricter in some cases, but I find that for me, I had to learn how to speak kind of backwards, learning Spanish. That was more difficult. After her weird question, I was taken aback. Yes. It took me a while to think of like how to explain that one. So I feel like we got there eventually. Okay. So yeah, maybe in the future we can do a class. Yeah, I'm sure if you guys speak another language from a different language family, it would be even more different. I'm thinking in the future we can practice maybe some of this, like having a preposition at the end of a phrase. I think that's something a lot of people have questions about that. You would say the English word order is stricter. Okay, maybe. Yeah. I don't know enough, but for me, the fact that in German you have like the second position of the verb, I'm always like, ooh, this feels like very specific, the word order. Yeah, of course. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. Thank you so much for your participation, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll post this video right now in case you want to see it and rewind. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye, guys.